Okay, good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. Very much want to value everyone's time. Good morning. I'm Valerie Cofield, President and CEO of the Eastern Minority Supplier Development Council. I am very excited to be able to join you this morning to talk about a new offering that the Council will be rolling out in the first quarter of 2021, which is the Diverse Marketplace. We are excited to partner with Alame and LSI Next Gen on this, what we feel is innovative a platform for diverse businesses to engage directly with corporate buyers, corporate and institutional buyers. What we know is that, one of the biggest challenges that we have for our minority owned businesses or diverse businesses in particular is the ability to bring their products, put their products in front of buyers and sourcing partners quickly, and to create an environment where there is expedient transactions that are taking place. And so, what you get from the diverse marketplace is an opportunity for diverse suppliers to present their products in a marketplace where our corporate members will be able to go in and do direct purchasing. I don't want to use the analogy of another marketplace, but what I will say is it's very similar to online shopping. But instead of online shopping for retail products, it is a commercial environment to do sourcing between diverse businesses and procurement and sourcing teams that is hosted on a platform specifically for diverse businesses. And so with that, I want to turn this over to Alame of LSI Next Gen, who will give us a broad overview of the platform. He'll be here to answer any questions that you might have. He will also take you through a demo from both the supplier side and from the buyer side. I'm excited. We are one of a number of councils that will be rolling this out. And so we believe that this is going to be a value add benefit to our MBEs and to our corporate partners. Al, I want to thank you for taking the time this morning to present this demonstration and overview. And I want to thank your team for all of their hard work, in particular, Justin, for pulling this all together. So with that, Al, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Valerie, and thank you everyone for registering and attending this seminar. We are excited because people like Valerie are excited to launch this platform. So I'm going to kind of give you three sets of presentation. One is the overall concept, which is a PowerPoint. One is the what does a buyer see, and what does a supplier see. So let me start with the overall concept first, if I may. Let me take you to right, and I don't know if you see this screen, which I should iconize. Okay.
We can
Okay.
see, Al, just put it in slideshow format for us.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Okay. Oops. Okay. Slideshow. The So the name of the product is Diverse Marketplace, like Valerie said, by our company, LSI NextGen. We are active in both Pennsylvania EMSDC as well as New York, New Jersey. We sit right in the middle. So let me tell you the history of this product, if I can. So during 9/11, we launched a concept called Adopt a Company. It was all pro bono, built by LSI NextGen. The goal was to support the victims of 9/11, small business in particular. It's a very simple matchmaking program that we built on, as you can imagine, very old technology, right? Eventually, this platform was adopted by Mayor Bloomberg, and we have 85 major sponsors who came on the donor side of the platform. The names, some of them are Citibank, JP Morgan Chase, SAP America, who donated again, all pro bono, whatever they had to donate. And we had 400 small business who were benefited as a part of that. Again, like I said, it was adopted by Mayor Bloomberg, and New York Economic Development Corporation was running the program. This program we've launched now with, of course, the latest technologies, and it's live in King County, Washington State, where the first COVID patient was detected. And there are a lot of, again, it's pro bono, provided by corporations typically to any suppliers within that county. And this happens to be not diversity centric. Any small businesses who need help, right, from understanding how the insurance would work, they need an additional infrastructure, office space, any and all of the above. So a version of that is we have actually used that to create the diverse marketplace. And that version is being some social media component that we have both in Adopt a Company and diverse marketplace, along with matchmaking. Okay, so that's where the actual journey of this platform is. So as a platform today, we sit in the middle, diverse marketplace. We have suppliers on one side. Councils like Valerie's EMSDC will make sure that it runs based on her requirements. And of course, the corporates get to log onto the platform and do the transactions. A corporate can, if they want, sit besides their current procurement system ERPs. But of course, as you can imagine, this work will need some time because they need to integrate. We can integrate as a diverse marketplace to ERP, but that will be an effort required. That is not up and running yet, honestly. But the rest of the platform is up and running, diversemarketplace.com. So what does corporations see from their side, right? First of all, they get to see that verified diverse suppliers, in this case MBEs authorized by EMSDC, their certification. For COVID-centric products, the supplier needs to upload the necessary certifications on our website. You have ability as a corporations to filter based on different ethnicity/diverse status that will show in the video. And of course, you can choose today. You can use credit card, a P card, or a purchase order that might be existent between you as a corporation and the supplier. And by the way, I'm not watching the Q&A, so just Valerie, just please interrupt me if there's a relevant questions come during this demo. Again, you can buy from local, national, international suppliers. Soon it will be international. You as a corporation, you get one easy to see tracking system. Again, we always kind of try to show it as an Amazon-like. You'll see that this is very much like very simple search, put in a shopping cart and buy kind of an experience. But you get very comprehensive tracking system from a spend perspective, especially from a buyer corporation. You get to see the transactions they're making, transactions being shipped, delivered, to type of diversity, of course, per month, per category, many different ways to track your spend if you so choose so. Again, very simple platform. Will have a dedicated email and call support as a part of this offering. Very simple steps from corporate side. Search for the product. Of course, you can edit a card just like any other shopping cart. You can verify the card. You can choose an option, P card, PO, credit card, etc., PayPal, and boom, you get a confirmation. Again, just like Amazon today. You get an email. If you have a text message, you'll get a text message with a tracking number. Of course, your ability to replace and return the product, just like any other shopping cart. And again, like Valerie said, unlike many online platforms, it will have only diverse MBEs on one side. Soon we'll have different kinds of diverse suppliers. LGBT, service disabled vet, WBEs on one side. So corporations get to conduct their business based on their choice of supplier, basically. From the supplier side, again, very simple platform. We think they'll get increased opportunity from the supplier side. There'll be competition, of course, but uh, if you're very good in your quality, price, and service, you should get technically a lot more business than what you're getting today. You'll have a dedicated dashboard of sales orders, reports, etc., just like on the buyer side. Uh, and very easy catalog import. If a supplier has many products, what we've done is given you an Excel spreadsheet in principle that you can put your all the features, attributes, as we call it, for that product, and boom, one click of a mouse, it gets imported in our on our catalog. You can, of course, go one at a time, but that's really up to you. We have very structured way of how much you'll get paid by when, that you see on a platform on your own. And again, it's very easy from the buyer as well as seller side. That's item number 6. And just like from the supplier side, buyer side, we have email and call support. For the supplier, very simple. Again, register yourself, again authorized by EMSDC in this case. Set up your shopping profile, create a catalog. That's step number 3. Manage, you need to tell us what's your inventory, which can be very dynamic. And of course, what is the price if you decide to change a price. And you get buyers on the other side and get monthly reports and payouts. As simple as that.
So Al, really
yes,
quickly,
yes.
there are a couple of questions that I think before we go too far, I want to make sure that we touch on. The first one was around matchmaking, and I'm not sure. I think you're answering that on how the process will work in terms of matching supplier services to a corporate. It really is. You're going to load your information into the platform, and then
Correct.
the corporate will seek out based on their sourcing needs. The buyer will seek out based on their sourcing needs.
Correct. So just like you do online shopping to an Amazon, you can search based on, you'll see a text-based search or a category-based search. That will show you in a minute, Valerie.
So Crystal, I hope that answers your question. If not, please elaborate on that question to make sure that we do dig deeper onto it. And the second one is around the question, and we can both answer this. The question was, this looks to be product-based. What about services? So Margie, initially the decision was made from a purely ease of adoption standpoint to focus primarily on products. But as we begin to understand the services and what services are easily commoditized in a way that could be leveraged through this platform, they will be introduced into the platform as well. But it's easier to go with hard goods initially. And then as we begin to refine what services are more likely to be sourced through this type of platform, we will add services to the platform.
That's the absolutely correct answer, because typically, and I'll show you the kind of a phased approach in a minute, whereby this is where it is. Okay, phased approach. Again, this is launched by New York, New Jersey NMSC Council already. EMSDC is next, and like Valerie said, the first quarter of 2021 is when this will be live. To answer the questions, as you see, the initial goal was to focus on COVID-19 products. But again, we have gone to office supplies, electronics, laptops as well already. Okay. But again, cleaning services and temp labor, where we thought could be very easily packaged, like Valerie said. Cleaning services could be simply deep cleaning, 3 people, 4 hours, could be packaged as one kind of a cleaning service. Whatever, like Valerie said, whatever is easy to package and sold on the supplier side and that buyers are willing to buy is what will be offered here. Temp labor, again, this is where corporations have asked. They wanted labor to increase the capacity, whether it's Wegmans or Kroger's of the world, where they need more people to manage the warehouses, to Mondelez, which is a cookie company. They want to hire more truck drivers, warehouse management, because their production has substantially increased. So that is kind of easy to package. To answer previous question, there could be complex things which are not very easy to from the buyer side. So it's challenged from the both sides. What is a simple package that I can buy? As long as it's there, we will enable that from the supplier side as well as the buyer side. Did that answer question of Margie, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So again, today we have US as a currency, language is English, but platform will allow with a click of a mouse any other language. That's how we've chosen the platform, whether it's English or Spanish or whatever, German or whatever else. So that's very easy translation can be done in the platform without any code changes. We keep supplier's certification profile on the file to make sure buyers get to see that the certification is valid. Number 4 is important. I think shipping and returns are suppliers' responsibility. We are, unlike Amazon Prime, where they warehouse stuff, Diverse Marketplace, as of now, will not have any warehouse. So it's buyer and seller that the supplier need to make sure that it's their responsibility. Phase 2 will have much more categories as we go along. I know, Valerie, we had spoken, there might be a need from a seller side for building supplies and therefore the buyer side, which we can work on that kind of a phase 2 approach. Number 2, I think this is what corporations have asked. Can they sit within their enterprise and buy stuff off of their enterprise systems, which are today based on Coupa, Ariba, or their proprietary systems, and on, right? The platform allows RFI, RFP, reverse auctions, and all of that. I don't know whether buyers will ever need that. But again, if there's a need, we have ability to program that in our platform. We today have, NMS New York, New Jersey. Valerie has agreed to jump on this platform in first quarter. South Africa Council is soon going to be on, and we are looking at other councils to jump on. We are going through different. We are at various points in the discussions with their councils. So with that, I'm going to quickly jump to actually the MP4 version, and I'm going to start with the buyer demo. And I'm going to pause.
Welcome to Diverse Market.
As we go along to explain bits and pieces, just FYI. This is a landing page. We added buy from African American businesses recently, but with a click of a mouse, you can only pick this ethnicity if you want.
Place. A marketplace exclusively for diverse suppliers. Diverse Marketplace is a B2B marketplace with intuitive navigation that will facilitate easy and seamless buying process between suppliers and corporations.
By the way, these are actual screenshots, of live system.
With an easy login process, you can shop by category, search your product basis price, manufacturer, ethnicity, or even diversity status. Select the product. Verify the supplier and product certifications.
Again, you saw the NMACC certification of the supplier as well as the product certification in the previous.
The availability and zip code. before adding to the cart and proceeding to check out. Choose your delivery option.
So these are the delivery options that we have today. People have asked, can I use
And place the order.
People ask, can I use my preferred shipping? And the answer is yes. If a corporation or buyer has a preferred supplier for the shipping with any specific discounts, we can allow that the shipping company to be part of this platform.
Order via P-card, credit card, or purchase order. Your order is placed with a confirmation email in your inbox. We are available to support you through phone or emails. Reach out to us at buyer.support@diverse-marketplace.com, and we shall help you to get on board. Thank you.
So again, if you from a buyer side, if you have any questions, I can take now, or I can go to supplier side, and then we can address those questions. And Valerie,
So there are no questions currently. We're good. There are no current
Okay.
questions now.
Okay, good. So going to supplier side again, this is how the supplier logs in, etc., etc.
Diverse suppliers get access to hundreds of corporate buyers and increased business opportunities through Diverse Marketplace. These opportunities will expand from regional to global as we grow together. Subscribing with lifetime membership in nominal fee with Diverse Marketplace.
I must clarify here. Initially, again, in this model, our fees are based on we suppliers pay the fees for our platform. We had thought of initially $500 one-time fee, but we have waived that. So there won't be any upfront fee for you to register you as a supplier.
Provides a complete mechanism for the suppliers to manage their business along with our support. Supplier get their debt.
Again, this is a fancy dashboard, very comprehensive dashboard that supplier sees from.
In nominal fee with Diverse Marketplace provides a complete mechanism for the suppliers to manage their business along with our support.
Okay, number of orders, products being sold, customers, when they're going to get paid, everything is one dashboard.
Supplier get their dedicated dashboard, where they get central visibility over their business and transactions. You can upload multiple products with few clicks and create your catalog in.
This is what I meant earlier by allowing a supplier to upload typically more than one with many different, attributes like a product name, SKU number, quantity, price, other details in one click. Like I said, you can always go and enter one at a time, product one, each attribute, but that will be very clumsy. So we allow this method.
No time. Suppliers can manage the incoming orders with ease. An integrated shipping label generation makes the delivery.
Yeah, I think this is important because, again, people who already do business with online systems, whether it's Walmart, Target, Amazon, etc., I'm sure they're used to this. The shipping label gets created by the platform, and you as a supplier now needs to take that shipping label and put it on the box for the shipping company to arrive and pick up the box. It's the same. Everything that we've done here, we kind of looked at all these platforms, and we've mimicked the entire processes, including the product categories, the fees, the payment, how often it's done to suppliers, all of the above. It mimics exactly like Amazon, actually.
Shipment process, a matter of minutes. Payouts are automated and
Again, these payouts are important for people who have done online business. We have a very specific timeline by which you as a supplier that gets paid, and that's very well documented in our FAQs as well as the document that you will get as a part of coming on this platform. That is exactly same as the percentage, the duration is exactly same as Amazon. So we've used, like I said, their model of payment time and the amount.
suppliers can view their sales and generate monthly reports for the audit purpose. So you can start selling with Diverse Marketplace with a quick registration process by visiting www.diverse-marketplace.com. Suppliers can reach out to us at vendor.support@diverse-marketplace.com, or you can call our support team for any help required. Thank you.
Okay. I think I would pause at this point for any questions, any suggestions. We are always there. Like any other platform, we never claim this is fully fully functional from every possible aspect. We've always welcome. Sorry, Valerie.
So one of the comments I want to make, I don't see any questions right now, but one of the comments I want to add so that everyone understands, one of the value adds of this platform is that it is a buyer supplier or supplier buyer platform, which means that there are suppliers on one side and buyers on the other. So for EMSDC, our adoption timeframe is going to be tied to the number of buyers that we can get that say we're committed to using this platform as a sourcing vehicle to work to source from our diverse suppliers. On the other side, from our suppliers, we want to see a diversity of suppliers in terms of products and services that we can introduce to this platform. So it's very much a marriage between buyers and suppliers and utilizing this new environment for selling and buying. And so that's inherent to our adoption strategy, is to make sure that there are buyers to buy and that there are suppliers to supply. And so, Maria, yes, we will be providing copies of these slides. And thank you, Kristen. We're looking forward to you being added to the platform. Nicole asked a question. Are there special requirements to being a buyer? And I guess, Nicole, are you asking if you have to be a corporate member? And my reaction is no. If you are a buyer, you are a buyer. But Al, I want you to respond to that question from the structure standpoint.
No, you said it absolutely correct, Valerie. I think like in our NMSDC VBank community, two suppliers can work with each other as a joint venture or buy from each other. It's exactly the same. You as a supplier may need something from another supplier to procure products through this platform. And you could be just a buyer. I'm talking to a fairly large real estate company, and he came up with an idea where they have excess office space, kind of an office, month-to-month basis. So they could be a buyer in most of the cases, buying whatever they want, but they could be a supplier as well. And we need to make sure that diverse certification and all of that will make sure that is there, Valerie. But again, a buyer could be, any party could be anything in a nutshell. And sorry, one more thing. I think these are authorized by EMSDC. We will go to Valerie and her team to make sure whoever will enroll is authorized by them.
Excellent. And so there's another question from Johnny Johnson. So first of all, the platform is live. It has already been launched by the New York, New Jersey Council. currently, right now, each council is adopting it in its own time frame. It is our goal that by end of January, first quarter of 2021, it will go live for EMSDC. And then the other question was, Al, can you talk more about the price to join the platform?
Sure. And like I said during my remarks, we have pricing exactly like Amazon. There's a 3-tier pricing that we collect from suppliers again, not buyers don't need to pay. So from supplier side, there was a fee one time that we waived. So ignore that. Amazon charges today per transaction flat fee. Doesn't matter what the size of the transaction is. We have used the same model. And the third, which is, I think one supplier needs to know. So Amazon has multiple categories and the corresponding fees that Amazon charges today. We use that grid and we give a 10% discount on each of those categories. So those categories and discounted price from us is very well defined. Again, it's in your onboarding document, FAQs, everything else.
And so, okay, so let me ask you a question. Will we make onboarding documents available prior to for review? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we will make your onboarding so you can review the terms and conditions prior to making that commitment. The next question is from Tammy Fritz. Tammy is asking if we can, is there a list of buyers currently using the application? So based on the New York, New Jersey launch, do you have a list of buyers that have already committed to using the platform?
Yeah, there are 3. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to name those names at this point.
Okay.
I had to ask them honestly. And honestly, we're looking for both sides to jump on. It's a marketplace where if one party is absent, it's not going to be useful. So it's going to be mostly based on what buyers want to buy. Like Valerie said, if your offerings can be very well packaged, then and as long as the buyers are willing to buy, it will be on the platform.
So I can let you also know that for EMSDC, our goal is 15 buyers or buying institutions that will be onboarded with our launch. I think that creates the capacity of purchasing that will be meaningful for our suppliers as they onboard. So our goal is 15. I've been in conversations with a significant number of corporates or buying institutions, should I say, to feel confident that 15 is an achievable number.
And I think, again, I don't know if you want to disclose that number, Valerie, but there were quite a few suppliers for COVID-19 who you were able to connect with those 15 buyers, right? So
correct. So and for those who are part of the MSDC, you know that since the beginning of our current situation, we created a supplier marketplace around COVID-19. Quite frankly, this answered some of the challenges that we were having in terms of the matching and streamlining of that marketplace. This diverse marketplace really answered that, which is what intrigued me in terms of bringing this to a broader audience. And so we've already known that we've had about 40 businesses that are in this space. And that was specific to COVID-19. That doesn't speak to the other suppliers and service providers where their services can be commoditized and also included in the marketplace. So we think that from the standpoint of a supplier side, we have a potential for a significant participation for the supplier side. On the buyer side, again, based on the responses that we've had from buyers seeking our COVID-19 suppliers, as well as the cross-pollination of some of the buyers that are between, particularly the New York, New Jersey Council, in their interest in seeing this particular platform developed, that 15 number is to me our baseline.
I would agree with that, what Valerie just said. And again, there will be competition. So from the supplier side, so don't get us wrong, right? So just like any other competition, you need to be nimble. You need to be, have right price, right products, right service experience. There'll be reviews just like Amazon. So actual buyers will get to review your all of the above. So
and where there and quite frankly, in all candor, this is beta. We're going to be improving. It'll be a constant improving, process improving, platform improvement. The whole point of this is to figure out what is working, what's not working, from both the supplier and the buyer side, and to improve the efficiencies. But at the end of the day, we are looking to streamline the sourcing process so that it's more direct. It is expedient in terms of product delivery, but also payment. I mean, at the end of the day, this creates hopefully an environment where suppliers are having their products sourced more quickly, and then therefore the turnaround on payment, on cash flow, is better. And so these are just some of the big picture problems that we're trying to address through this platform.
No, that's a great point, Valerie. And we are working on a scenario asked by actual buyer, where buyer said, look, I understand that small businesses may not have cash flow to make me 1 million masks or whatever, right? Whatever the commodities are. So they are looking at, they want to have ability in the platform to pay that, supplier upfront, X, whatever that X is, right? So we'll allow a buyer to do that upfront payment transaction. It's up to them to make sure, because we're not going to double check all that stuff. But again, from the cash flow perspective, like Valerie just said, it's very important for buyer, if they so choose, to do some upfront payment as a deposit for them to buy whatever. So that's number one. Number two, we were recently asked a question that, okay, diverse marketplace is a certified MB, LSI Next Gen. Would the suppliers on the left side, depending on, again, only diverse suppliers will be there. The buyers can get a report if they want. And so whatever fees we collect becomes your MBE spend. But let's say you buy from, African American owned MBE on the left side. We can give you that specific dollar number. So we can say, hey, I now bought the commodities from tier 1 MBE, which happens to be African American owned, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll give you that specific visibility if you so choose.
Excellent. So I want to answer a question. I'm going to answer 2 questions. First of all, Vania, yes, the presentation will be available for you after the Zoom. It is being recorded. So yes, it will be available. Number 2, Maria asked, good morning, Maria. Is it possible for suppliers to go to the platform and check it out to see if it will work for their business?
I think the answer is yes, as long as Valerie gives us a go ahead.
So as soon as we finalize the details of our business arrangement with NextGen, then yes, we will make that available for suppliers to go in. And I promise, Maria, it won't be until January 2021. It'll be prior to January 2021.
And just to be completely transparent, I think like we said, we collect the fees only from the suppliers, and we pay portion of those fees to the council to help the council, in their overall thing. So if the corporations want, unless, Valerie, you think otherwise, we are willing to. So in effect, you're helping a local council as well. Because I know after the regrouping of NMSDC National, some councils are negatively impacted. So our goal is to help generate that additional resources from this launch of the platform.
So I don't know what you were going to say. I don't know, Valerie, if you want what to waive fees. Absolutely, I'm always fine with waiving fees for my suppliers. But more importantly, so for us, as I said earlier, the goal was to create to find a platform that would allow us to take the one-dimensional marketplace that we were offering and create a multi-dimensional portal that would allow for that sourcing.
Oh, we lost you, Valerie. Can you hear me, guys? I'm not able to see or hear Valerie.
I'm able to hear you, Al.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we
So said
lost.
yes.
Can other people hear me? Just put in your Q&A if people can hear me. This is Al.
Yes, Al. People can hear you.
Oh,
I
we can hear.
see
Okay,
you.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alicia. So thank you, Crystal. Yeah, for whatever reason, I think what Valerie was saying, the goal was to have a very simple platform that buyers who want to buy from diverse companies, from the suppliers on one side, and we do like to hear from you, especially in terms of features that you as a buyer would like to see, as well as a seller you would like to see. Like Valerie said, every platform, including us, is live in terms of features. We just need to prioritize what features we need to bring in the next phase of the platform. We'll wait for Valerie to reconnect. Oh, there she is. There she is.
I'm back.
Okay. Thanks, Valerie.
I guess my Wi-Fi timed out, but
you're talking about the reason behind launching this platform, seamless connection. Go ahead, Valerie.
Yes. So the idea was to create a seamless environment for suppliers and buyers. And to also, I'm going to go back to it, to solve the issues of cash flow and product access. And so, as Al said, there is a benefit to the council, but every benefit to the council goes back into supporting programs and events and services to our MBE. So it's, this is all about delivering back value to our MBEs and to our corporate partners. And this has actually been a request of our corporate members. And so on the back end, there is support coming from corporates and making sure that something like this gets launched. So are there any other questions? I don't see anything open. Any comments in the chat? We really want to get your feedback on the presentation. Will our commissions be in the ballpark of 30%? No.
I wish Johnny gonna pay. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're not.
Not even, no, not even close.
No.
That's a good one. Yes. And we do recognize that Amazon charges, 30% fee, but they also warehouse. No, no, Johnny. So to answer that question, that's a hard no.
Yeah. And again, your documents that you'll receive before you say jump on the platform is it based just like Amazon's commodity based. Okay. Commodity A, they charge this. So whatever Amazon charges for that commodity, we give 10% discount on that for non-warehousing product. Warehousing we won't do. So the 30% we won't even come close to that. There are products we were quite surprised that Amazon charges a lot more, and I was floored. But that's not in our current product set. It's basically what we saw, and that's a public information from Amazon, is specifically extended warranties, right? Are Amazon takes a lot more than 30%. But hey, God bless them, right? If they can charge, people are willing to pay,
So there was another question about services not available on Amazon. So this is not all Amazon centric. So please know that this platform is not, okay, everything Amazon does, we do. We are looking at services, as I said, and I'll keep saying, as we can define the services and commoditize them in a way where this platform works for purchasing those services. And I mean that from the buyer standpoint, because we don't want to put services on a platform that a buyer would never traditionally buy in this environment. And so those services have to be something that a buyer would purchase through this platform. And so as long as there is a demand, there will be a supply created for it. And so that's just really important to understand. So services will really be in phase two. Phase one, commodities, and those clearly definable services like janitorial services or staffing that can have narrow parameters placed around them in order to do the purchasing. They are included in phase one. Phase two, we will get into those more complicated service providing or offerings that may require more structure in terms of how they will be procured from the buyer side. Nicole, I hope that answers your question. It's not, again, as this is being rolled out, we're going to respond and revise the platform to address those challenges, which is part of the quote unquote commission that the council will receive. Some of this is going to be invested back into creating a platform that is going to deliver at a higher level what it is that we need in order to support our suppliers and our buyers.
And just to elaborate just a bit on what Nicole's are the pricing for the services are there. Yes, they are in the platform today, but like Valerie said very succinctly, whatever like cleaning services or temp labor for my warehousing, truck drivers or whatever, etc. Right? They're very easily packaged. So those are there. But Nicole, the question is kind of back to you. If you think your any services are commoditized, can be easily that buyers need to buy, yeah, we can add those things. The platform does
So
allow. Sorry, go ahead.
She did, Al. She did. She actually did respond with the type of business that they are. She's a fuel service business, but they also have a delivery portion of it. And so in that particular instance, I think that there is definitely space for your business and the services that you provide on this platform. The critical component of this is going to be looking at your buyers to find out if this is a space where they would come to buy your product and service. And so that actually, for me, by you sharing this, Nicole, opens up some conversations that I may have not had yet with buyers that may be in that category. And I would love to have this discussion with you further to look at who some of your customers are and how I can maybe tap those customers to look at this platform as a potential sourcing vehicle for them.
No, I think the interaction is very good. The Q&A and coming from suppliers. I think Valerie put perfect answer spin around that. So we are here to build the platform that makes sense for both parties, buyer and a seller.
So the other piece of it I will say is as you are looking at the slide decks, as you're reviewing this presentation, we very much would like to hear back from suppliers and buyers on, some of their interests around this platform and things that they're looking for, so that we can make sure when we roll it out that it is really a value add. What I don't want to see happen, and this is, this is a very personal statement from me, is I don't want to send our suppliers into another portal system. I want this to have real value add. So that means that, and I believe it does. So, and this is why it's important that there be an end user as well as the supplier. For me, for this to be a valuable undertaking, there needs to be both the buyer and the supplier committed to using this platform. Because and all of the suppliers on here know, and it's no offense to any corporate member that's on here, but portals become black holes for many businesses, and we don't want to do that. What we're trying to do is provide a platform that has intrinsic use for all parties that are engaged with it. So any feedback that you have is critically important. We will make sure that you have the slide deck, that you have the presentation, and that you have the onboarding so that you understand the structure of it. And as I said, my commitment is that our launch will coincide with making sure that we have suppliers and buyers on both sides.
And Valerie, if I may, Crystal McKenzie had this question. I don't know if you saw that regarding CMI master wayfinding signage systems. And I don't know if you see that, but answer is yes, we are more than happy to set up another telecon with you. Right, Valerie?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And like Valerie absolutely correctly said, we don't want to go to our platform and get engaged, pay upfront fees. So that's why we waived the upfront fees. But just be very clear. I mean, to get somebody on board, it takes time on our side as well as your side. So please be, mindful of that. That if you're very serious, your product, services, quality, all that is up to the mark that buyers need, yes, please do come. Otherwise, it will be waste of time for you and us. So.
Absolutely. Crystal, currently there's no cost to join. Kristen, I'm sorry. There's no cost to join. The upfront costs have been waived. And it would just be the fee for on goods sold. And again, we will make sure that you get the onboarding packet so that you can understand the fee structure. But there is no cost to join the platform as a supplier.
So if suppliers have a question, do you want them to come to our email or go through Christine? And by the way, I must acknowledge Christine and Valerie and her team, especially Christine, who did a phenomenal job of putting everything together, sending emails, making sure so thank you, Valerie and Christine, for that.
Well, you have to thank Christine. As we all know, they just make me look good. I get all the glory, but they do all the hard work. So always acknowledge my EMSDC team. So thank you very much for acknowledging Christine, for putting this together. She was the one in the background, making sure all the pieces came together for us today. I think if they have any questions, let them come to us, and then we will share them with your team, Al.
Perfect. Thank you, Valerie.
Okay, well, if there are no more questions or comments, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. We will likely have another webinar sometime in mid to late December or early January, not late December, but early January, as we get into that the pre-launch mode. But again, if you have any additional questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to myself, Christine, and we will share them with the LSI team, and we will get back to you. In the interim, you will receive the slide deck, the recording of this presentation, and we will get those onboarding materials to you as well. I want to thank everyone for your time. I want everyone to stay safe and be well, wear a mask. It protects you, it protects someone else. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, guys.